So, hey guys, how you guys doing? So, when it comes to manifesting, what is the secret? Think about that. What is the one thing that must happen for you to create or attract whatever it is you want? I want you to really think about that. I'm going to show you something today that can help you and show you kind of how the universe and how we can create things in our lives. All right, so let's begin by looking at this space, right? It looks empty, right? The space between me and all this stuff, right? But in actual reality, this space is not empty at all. It's full. It's full with so much energy, with so much tiny particles, with so much new energy patterns that we just recently discovered. This space is actually the secret to you manifesting or to you getting your things in your life. Let me show you what happens here. Always remember this. In order to create or to manifest, right? We have to clear space. Think about it. For you to get something new in, something old have to move out. Same matter cannot occupy the same space and time. What I mean by that is, if you have energy that's here right now, it's taking space. Your energy is there, it's taking space. If you want something new to come in, the vibration is different from what's taking space right now. So you have to what? You have to move this out of the way so this new space can come in to get what you want. So what is this new space I'm talking about? New space is actually the real stuff, the matter, physical matter. Maybe you want a new relationship, maybe you want better health, maybe you want better finances. Whatever it is you desire, you have to remove the space. You got to clear the space. You got to clear that what we call that empty or that material space that's jamming you up right now. So that's how it works. That's really the secret. That's how everything comes in. I mean, think about it in this way, right? Let's say you're in your home or your apartment and you have this furniture right now, but you want these new sets of furniture. You want like couch and nice seats, all this beautiful furniture stuff, right? How are you going to bring that in if you have already these old furniture? You have to clear the space. So what you do is you take the old furniture out, you move it, and you take your new furniture in. It's the same thing with creating whatever you want in your life. But there's a problem, right? An issue with that. Here's the issue with that. The reason we find it so difficult for us to clear space to manifest what we want is because we get attached to what's already in our space. We actually get attached to the ego. Your ego actually gets attached to what you already have. See, your ego says you can't do better, or your ego says this is the best there is, or this is the best you ever will have. See that? You do that, you can't allow what the universe has for you to come in. That's going to touch a lot of people. It's going to make you think. But it's really the truth. Space exists in an energy and a vibrational state. It's like you call it a plasma state. It's there, and the science shows this. See, we can't see space. We can't see this empty space because our eyes and the way we see reality, we're not tuned to that frequency. We're just not made like that. So, but it's there though. We know it's there because we can detect it with instruments, and we have different form of wavelengths and light, so we can see this space and we can see all that's in it. And then within this space is the creative component of you and me and everything in our reality. So if you want to really, create what you want, you got to move that space. So how do you move this space? How do you clear space to get what you want? Well, it's very easy. Number one, just become aware of the space you have. Let's say maybe you're in a relationship right now and you find it difficult to leave that relationship because your ego's attached to it, but yet you want a new relationship. You can't get that new relationship because that space is countering the balance of that new space you want to bring in. So you can't bring new and old together. It doesn't. What happens? Look, new space, it's old space. They come together. They're going to repel because one of them has a dominant vibration. See, the old space you have right now, it has a more powerful vibration because it's set, because you've been experiencing it, so your mind is tuned to that frequency of that space. So that space becomes your dominant reality. Now the new space, for the abundance, the new relationship, the new ideas to start your business, that space is right there right now. It exists. We know that because we know quantum superposition and we know quantum entanglement. And we know that everything that we desire, if we can consume it or if we think about it in our minds, then we know it exists as a potential. And that's what it is, that new space. So that's what you have to do. So to get the new space, you have to make a decision. You got to say, hey, all right, this is where you have to be logical with your mind now. This is where you kind of use your intellect mind against itself. And you're going to use your intellect mind against itself by basically saying, all right, does this current reality or this current situation I'm in right now, does it really serve me? Is it helping me? Is this person really moving me towards what I want? Is this person really a compliment to my happiness? Or is this situation where I want to be? Is this job? Is my life? What's my purpose? Is this working right now? That's how you're going to start to manipulate the space. Now, your mind's going to talk to you. When I mean your mind, your higher self, that higher part of you now, is going to speak to you now and says, no, this is not where we want to be. We have to move space. So now you realize, okay, so how do you move this space, right? How do you get that space out? You got to start to adopt a new mindset now. For example, if it's a person or a relationship, you got to let them go, man. So you got to go. Your ego will get attached, but then you have to think about what's ahead for you, all that beautiful, all that new space there. See, guys, this is something, a principle of how the universe works. Here's something. The universe is basically a self-correcting code. What is a self-correcting code? It means everything must become harmonious again. The universe only works in harmony. It could be positive harmony, negative harmony, but it's still harmonious. So what that means is this. If you are in a situation that space is occupied, you can't wish for something better to happen if you're already in something that you don't like. You can't do two conflicting things. It doesn't work because that's how it's set up. It's set up to move, replace, move, replace. Life is a constant change. It's a constant momentum. And our minds are always in a constant awareness. So if you want to create something new, you have to remove what I call the old. The space is associated with physical stuff, matter. Everything gathers a resonance. That relationship, it has a vibration, it has a frequency. The job, your current situation, it all has this unique atomic component, right? So there's a vibrational frequency. And what happens is our minds get attuned to that and you get attached to it. That's why it's hard for you to let go. But if you understand now how the principles work, you can say, oh man, so this is what this guy's telling me. So this is what Mark is saying. Okay, so all I have to do is just realize that it's really this component of energy, and don't think too hard on the physical pattern, all the physical stuff. Just know that if I get out of this space, I'm going to attract a new space. And this is a scientific process. It's a scientific fact, actually. I mean, the best way you look at it, you think about it, look at the weather around us, right? Sometimes, if I'm here in a tropical climate, sometimes it gets very, humid and hot. So the air now, that's the space around us, right? And the air has molecules and even have feelings. When it's hot and humid, you feel different. That's because it has a vibration, it has attachment and attraction. Remember, everyone is connected. So everything is in this space. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, other people's messages, subconscious, they're all in space, that's space. So it's humid and hot. But now, say now a cold front moves in. What happens now? The cold front moves in now, the air starts to get cool. The less humidity, you start to breathe better, you start to feel better. Even your thoughts are better, even your vibrations better. Nothing changes right now about this. The physical thing doesn't change right now. But the way I feel, that new air, that new, feeling of this weather now, it's a different feeling. That's an example. Just want you to get a view of how it works. But when it comes to creating now with what we call immaterial things or material stuff, it's kind of the same, but it's a little bit different because what happens now, let's use a relationship. If you let that person go, that's taking up the space, You don't even have to figure out, how you're gonna get the next person or with something, because your intention knows that I am not ready for this. This is not what I would desire. So you let that go. Your higher self, now the universe, will bring in that new space to match what you want. So that perfect person, that compliment to you will come in. It's all about the same thing. It's the finances. If you want to make better decisions, you want to be healthy, you have to start to let that go. Let the things go, the old diet, the things you used to do before that's not serving you. You let that go, you clear that new space in, and you start to create, and you can manifest a whole lot better. Now remember, this is a scientific principle here. I mean, you and I can't see the space, but that's the secret. So when you want to create anything, you have to check yourself and say, okay, what space am I occupying right now? No, I don't like the space I'm in. So let me release it. So how do I release it? Let me review again. You release it by your awareness, number one. Number two, you change your vibration. Your vibration means you change your thought pattern. Number three, you take some sort of action. Maybe action with a relationship. Hey, you got to go. Action, move out, move that thing away. That's some sort of action. By doing that now, you clear in space. You change your habits. Things you used to do before, you start to do them differently now. That's how you're going to clear space, because now your vibration changes. Remember now, you're not feeding this energy to this space anymore. So where's no energy, it has to die. It has to basically transform, in other words. So if you're not putting your energy to this space anymore, now you're taking your energy and you're focusing on this new space. What happens now? Let's use a model now. So here's the old space and the new space. Your energy's going to this new space. New space has more critical mass, more momentum. It's going to come in, boom, boom, boom. This old space now has to, boom. And now you settle in your new space and you're able to manifest. See that? That's it. So that's something for you to think about. It's something very crucial, but I really want you to understand that in order to create whatever we desire, we have to put in new space. And the beauty of all of this is, what is space? It's infinite. So you can literally always attract more and more and more better stuff, and just put the stuff that you don't want out of your mind, put your attention on new stuff, and you clear space to manifest your reality. See it? Got it. Thank you guys, and keep it up. See you again.